Hey friends, this is Keith Ferguson. I'm the pastor at City View Bible Church, and I am excited to be here today with the one and only Nate Barron, who's the new church planting resident here at City View. And he's getting ready to plant a brand new church in Northwest Austin. And so I wanted to make sure that you were introduced to him and heard a little bit of his story and his heart for ministry and for church planting. And so Nate, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of where'd you come from? Who are you?
Oh, yeah. So I grew up in South Austin. I'm an Austin guy, and we've been back here for 10 years.
Back here in Round Rock?
Back here, Northwest Austin, Round Rock area.
Oh, okay.
Yep, all around the surrounding area here. We've kind of bounced around a little bit. But, the whole time that we've lived here, I've been teaching at McNeil High School. Yeah, since 2014.
Tell me a little bit about that. So you teach full-time,
Yep.
Full-time public school teacher, but you're also doing ministry part-time. How do you make all that work?
Wow, that's a great question, man. I have been blessed to see God grow me in that area, in the area of time management and energy management and all of those things. And really, it's been a blessing to see God just show us as a family that we truly worship Him through the way that we manage our time, our money, our energy. And so it's been cool to just be able to continue to say yes to God and Him work out those details for us and show us how to better manage the resources that He gives us.
That's really good. Well, as a bivocational pastor, I know a lot of people watching can connect because they've got full-time jobs and then they're doing ministry on top of that. And so I know you could share a lot of wisdom with people about how to balance those things in their life. Tell us a little bit about your family, about your wife, your children, kind of how God brought you guys together.
They're the best part about me, for sure, man. Holly and I have been married for 22 years. We met in Kerrville, Texas. We were both going to school at Schreiner University, and we're both serving in the youth ministry there at First Baptist Church. So while I was the intern there, we were both serving over the course of the summer and started dating, and then eventually got married right there in Kerrville. Lived there for 5 years.
Okay.
That's also where I got called to ministry, and we had our first youth ministry in Kerrville. Over the course of that 5 years that we were there, we decided it's time to start a family. And so we moved out to Odessa, Texas, where Holly is from, to be closer to her family. Then we had Brady and Landry, both there in Odessa. Brady is a sophomore at Texas State now. He graduated from McNeil High School in 2023, and that's where Landry is now. And she's a freshman over at McNeil. We have just loved this Northwest Austin area. We've been here since 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing about your family, a little bit of your background, your story. I think part of what people would like to hear is, why do you feel called to plant a church? I mean, you've done a lot of different ministry over the years. You've worked with students, with adults. You've worked in outreach, missions, but now you're feeling called. You guys are feeling called to plant a brand new church in that Northwest Austin area, and that's a big step of faith. So, how did you know God was calling you to do that?
Well, Holly and I have been very fortunate over the course of our marriage that anytime He's had us make a major life decision, He has given us a peace that we can't deny. And, it's been such a blessing to have God be so patient with us and grow us to where we feel like, okay, we can trust Him and step out into faith and to follow Him this way. We have tried as much as we can to be a couple that just says yes to God, whatever that next thing is, as scary as it might be. And church planting is terrifying, as you know, man,
yes,
right?
I know well.
And so, man, like we're in that place where like we've said yes, and it's that sense of adventure that we feel in following Christ is that same sense you feel like when you first step out as a Christian to begin following Christ.
Yeah, that's good.
And so what we want to see God move in people's lives in this Northwest Austin area that's become so dear to us, right? We want to see the transformational power of Jesus Christ in the lives here and in this community here.
Yeah.
The Austin area has been good to us, and we feel like it's our turn to be the people in this community that step out and just try to bless people as much as we can.
I love that, man. I love that.
And part of planting a church is helping to equip and develop leaders. And that's what we see an opportunity to do here as a church plant, and not be about us, but to be about other people stepping out in their faith as well and getting to use their gifts.
As you and I have talked about it, you have shared this vision for the new church to be called Connect Bible Church.
Yeah, man.
So talk a little bit about that name and where the name comes from and just the vision that God's given you for the kind of church you want to plant.
For sure. We've been blessed to see God move in youth ministry over the last 20 plus years. So when you're in youth ministry, you try to get really creative in different ways to teach. And so we experimented and experimented. And the thing that we saw the most success with was giving students the opportunity to have conversations with each other and really see the power of a spiritual conversation. What we have seen is that during these spiritual conversations, that is where spiritual transformation is happening.
Right.
So we want to have a church where there is an opportunity for these spiritual conversations to happen. And even during our teaching time, have time on Sunday morning where people can be exchanging ideas, processing out loud, those types of things. And so we see the value of connecting. The first greatest commandment, right, is for us to be connected to God, right? Worship God with everything that we've got, right? And the second one that Jesus fuses with that is to be connected to others, right? Love others as yourself. And then the Great Commission is for us to go connect others to God.
Yeah.
And so that's where we get our name, Connect Bible Church.
I love that, man. Yeah, I love that vision. I love your heart. And yeah, just praying blessings over this new church, man. I know that you are working toward launching this new church next fall, like September of 2025. And so between now and then, I know you're trying to get people involved in your core team, your prayer team, kind of helping out with getting things started in small groups and reaching people with the gospel. So if people are interested, they're watching this video, like how do they get more information about what you're doing?
For sure. We have a website going, connectbible.org. It's the easiest way to just reach out and get, join our prayer team, all those kinds of things. But if you see me out, maybe helping with the parking team or wandering around the lobby or wherever, man, please pull me aside. I would love to take an opportunity to talk with you, to share our heart about the church, and really just to help you to explore what might be your next step of faith and how you might be able to partner with us in reaching this Northwest community.
That's awesome. Thanks, Nate, for sharing. Thanks for watching this video. We're praying for you as you pray about your involvement in church planting here at City View. We're a church planting church that is passionate about reaching the whole area with the gospel, every man, woman, child. And that's why we bring on somebody like Nate and Holly to plant this new church and why we're asking you to pray about your role in that as well. So God bless.